Oh yeah, baby. It's time. It's time. It's time. What is up? Hello, hello. Get some music going. Let's get the day started. We got a lot of decks today. What are we listening to today? We listened to some metal, some jazz. What are we thinking? We'll start out with some RuneScape metal mixtape. Yeah. Yeah. A little RuneScape metal mixtape today. Start out with that. Oh, that was probably very loud. I apologize to everyone immediately. I am sorry. Probably very loud. All right, let's get our chat up. So I can see all y'all pretty faces. Well, faces, not faces, but you know what I mean. There we go. There we go. Oh, we already got some people in here? Hello. Hello, gorgeous. Who'll be in here? We got T. Quilly. We got Ryan. I think I saw Ethan earlier. What is up? It's time. We got some fun giveaways today. I'm excited about that. What's up, Rose? Rose J 1992. That's a new name to me. Brian Law, I may not remember yours. T. Quilly, I know you. Be in it today. Be in it. Ooh, I didn't. Gotta curl the mustache. Gotta get it going here. There we go. I think we're going long today with the mustache. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. You're relatively new. I was about to say, I think I had your name on here before. Well, let's alert the brigade. Let's let everyone know over on the Discord. We have begun. Okay. Gracias, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, let's not ruin our chat. There we go. Perfect. Be funneling in because, boys and goyles, we have some exciting things to do today. One, got a lot of decks to go over today. Oh my gosh. Let me count. Oh my goodness. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right off the bat that were new to the list. And then let's look at what else we have. Oh, I see what we're going over today. Okay. Okay. This is exciting. Finally didn't miss stream. Welcome, welcome. Afternoon. Yes, my wife's feeling better. She's back in the office today. She basically just spent the day at home, like semi-working. It was a chill day yesterday. But for the most part, we were trying to figure out whether or not it was food poisoning or just a stomach ache. And I think we figured out it was a stomach ache. Thank goodness. What's up, PK? What's up, Wiki? Blainable. What's up, Earl? What's good? Let me get all of the decks we have today preloaded. Oh, we're good to go. Let's see here. The first couple decks of the day. We got Reynolds. We got Pepper. We got Gracias. We got Esh Money. We got Eevee. We got another Gracias. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We wanted to make sure it wasn't actually food poisoning. We were worried about that. Sloppy Sam, what it do? Yeah, Gracias, you got 2 decks today. That is exciting. What's up, Autopirate? Pick me, please. A chaos entity. Hello, I fell in love with your content in general. Takes as soon as I saw the energy, the mustache in your Green Goblin deck video. You know, I whipped out that deck recently. I had depowered it to a bracket 3 for fun, and I gotta say, do not put Bolas' Citadel in there. It makes it way too good. We learned that. I won on turn 3. Don't put that in there. That is not the spirit of bracket 3. I'm in a game, but here listening in the background. Awesome Valoranian cheese. Awesome, awesome. Oh, man. We have a couple things we're also going to go over. We have new videos starting in 5 days, y'all. In 5 days, videos begin on the channel again. Been a long time. Been a long time, like 5 months. Not fun. Not a fun long time. You know what I mean? Killing it with a Crowder Doom Surge. Ooh. Love it. So, you guys are going to get to preview some decks here on this stream today for the stream highlights. These will be decks that are going to be full videos soon. I know a lot of you have been very excited and waiting for a couple things on the stream. So we're going to make sure you guys get to enjoy them. Retro? What is up, Retro? How's it going? That's a name I haven't seen in a bit too. Laureb. You love the bracket 3 Terra list? Yeah. No, that one worked well at bracket 3. Totally agree with that. Absolutely. What's everybody been playing lately? What's everybody been up to? Yeah, we've got some definitely. I built. Yo, what is up? Man, lots of people coming back I haven't seen in a minute. I guess this is what happens when I actually schedule streams ahead of time. I know. Shock. Crazy. You know? I've got 5? I have 6 commanders today we're looking at that are brand new to the channel. So that's really exciting. Marvel Snap. Okay. I don't have time to carb chop. You've been craving some casual EDH? Yeah, it's been fun. You made a Layla Monarch deck? Very fun. Very fun. Sloppy Sam, if you're worried about the Flip Hulk deck being stale, submit that as a deck for me to build for you, man. Let me fix that for you. I can make it not stale. Haven't had much opportunity to play, but I've been working on give unpopular commanders love stipulation of no shuffling. Okay. Okay. No shuffling. Wow. Working on a project. Okay. 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 So, let me get us ready today. I got some lists that we're going to be going over that I think everyone here has some understanding of, at least lightly. Vito! I hear my cat downstairs just going, wow, wow. Vito! Come on, buddy, get on stream here. Let people see you. Oh, I am excited. Excited to show you guys this. Which one do I want to reveal today? Which one's going to be the big secret reveal? Okay, okay. Got a couple here. Oh, there's the cat. Oh, wow, you actually listen to me. What a good kitty. Here, come on. Come say hi to everybody. Come on. Come on. Say hi. That's a good kitty. What's up, Jacob? All right. I think it might be time that I show you guys a sneak peek at one of the new videos. I'm thinking that's what we're doing. But which one? Let fate decide, roll a die? Okay, I like it. One of these is in development. The other two are at like 100% finished. Let's go for... Okay, I'll let you guys decide. Before we go into this too hardcore. Do you guys want a list that is... Let's see here. Let's go brackets. Do you guys want a bracket 2, a bracket 3, or a bracket 4 list? What are we looking at today? Bracket 2, bracket 3, or bracket 4? What is the desired? Can I do a poll in here? Is that a thing? Oh, I can. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay. All right. What early deck tech reveal? Bracket 2. If only I could spell. All right, y'all. Votes are live. Let's see it. What is in the lead? What are we gonna be looking at today? Oh, 1 and 2 taking the lead. It looks like that might be it. Giving her just a little longer, but I think we're ending poll. That seems it. All right. Today we are starting our stream with a bracket 1 and 2 Rule 0 list. And then we're going to get into the giveaways. Hope y'all ready. The value. It was the value pick. Right. It was the value pick. Totally. Alrighty. We're going to have to do a little bit of changing. Okay, here we go. Let me get the showcase to be a little bit nicer here. I haven't used my home setup in a while. I'm not at the office today. I think that works just fine. Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to go with... If I can figure out my way around my little pop-ups here. There we go. Awesome. All right, y'all. Today, we are going to be going over a bracket 1 and 2 Lult Spider Queen Rule 0 list. So, let's talk about this for just a second, so that way we've got good context. I was doing a couple of the commissions the other day, and some of you have been asking me for Rule 0 lists and how I would do them. Like, you wanted to order a Rule Zero list, but at the same time, you're like, hey, I'd like to get one done, but I feel like I don't really know how to approach this subject. I have gotten 17 Rule Zero orders now that have backed out of it because people are worried about either what the friend group says. Like, we all get this, right? I think that makes sense. So, realistically, I wanted to make you guys an entire guide to how to Rule Zero. So this is an upcoming video coming out on the channel. It's already been recorded. We're editing it up, but I want to show you how it plays and how cool this deck is while we're live for a bit. So, let's first read Lulth Spider Queen, shall we? Let's do this. Let's get a little play test going on here for us. So, Lulth says, if you guys could read it, you know, which would probably be a little helpful. I think you guys like reading. Is that a thing in this community? Are we readers? We like to understand the cards we play? I guess. So Lulth says, whenever a creature dies, put a loyalty counter on Lulth. That's a really big part of it. That's a really big part of this list. Goku Dragonheart, we are currently getting a sneak peek at a new video coming out very soon. And yes, Lulth 100% should have been a Planeswalker that we could have played. I totally agree. And that'll be, how I talk about that will be in the video coming up. Don't you worry. So, Lulth the Spider Queen says, whenever creature you control dies, put a Lulth counter on Lulth. This is a really big part of this. A lot of what this deck does constantly makes sure we can keep Lulth up and, you know, swinging and creating spiders for us by constantly killing creatures. So there's a lot of sacrifice effects, a lot of fun stuff. But the problem was in building this, hey, a lot of the stuff in this deck is green because a lot of spiders are green. So from the same exact set, it is a background commander with Cloakwood Hermit, which makes a bunch of squirrels. Thematically, we're going to make 1/1 spiders instead of squirrels because this is a Rule Zero deck. Now, isn't it annoying when someone says, hey, I made a custom commander, can I play it in your game? Haha. And then it's like the most broken, insane thing ever? Yeah, no, absolutely not. Not fun, very annoying. This, however, is thematic. It uses things that are already in the same exact set from it that many players already agree upon the fact should already exist, all that fun stuff. But to see the full list, you're going to have to watch the video coming out soon, but we will play it for now. Let's see how this works. So we got a Dark Ritual, a Village Rites, that's sack a creature and then draw 2 cards. We have a Chronicle of Victory and a Doom Weaver. Lulth is 5 mana. That means we can cast her on turn 3. I'm pretty happy with that for a bracket 1 list. That's pretty quick. So let's see how that goes. We'll let this come in tapped. We'll play a... Ooh, and there we go. We got a Blood Spinner. Start getting our boys out. When Blood Spinner enters Surveil 2. Sacrifice Blood Spinner, create a number of 1/1 black and green insect creature tokens with flying equal to the number of cards among types in your graveyard. Sick. We love that. So, let's get into this. What does Brood Spinner do for this deck? 1, it's a spider. We have a lot of spider cards. It's going to be Spider Kindred, but it also surveils. We do have a little bit of a reanimation aspect, but sacrificing it makes a bunch of insects. Pretty Lulthy, right? Pretty normal stuff. Twilight Mire is awesome. We will tap for black, make 3 black, make 2 more, and that's Lulth, baby. Boom! Lulth comes out. It's got 4 loyalty counters on it, as per usual. And we're going to -3 immediately, and we're going to go down and have 2 1/2 spiders with reach. Now, we got plenty of ways to block, although our commander currently is at 1. It just gives us a lot to do. So this is the fastest I've ever seen this deck work. For bracket 1, this is a lot already. Realistically, is it a lot in a game of Commander? No. It's 4 power of spiders and a 1 loyalty Lulth. And Lulth, by the way, if we didn't already look, does not have an ultimate. You get an emblem with whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by 1 or more creatures you control, it means that it they always lose 8 life total. I know, guys. It's so busted. I'm totally trying to get around people with this, right? Oh man. But we're all about living into the original D&D lore for Lolth, the god of chaos, the god of the Underdark, the defiler and the tyrant of the drow elves, you know? Like, that's what we're here for, and her torrent of spiders. Next turn, we can play this Urborg. Now, currently, Lolth cannot make us more spiders. We are currently at a point where Lolth says -3 would kill her, 0 would draw us a card. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, board died. Yeah, board. Yeah, the board dies to anger the gods. This is fine. Exactly. So, what we're going to do, we're going to tap a swamp. But that's a forest. We have an Urborg. Haha. Village rights. And we're going to sack one of our spiders. And we are going to draw 2. Woo! That's a fun one. We have a Wither Spider. That'd be pretty cool. And it's got reach. That just gave us a counter onto Lolth for doing so. We're keeping our Lolth kind of healthy. We're starting to generate some mana. And then we're going to do Curse of Clinging Webs. It says whenever a non-creature or a non-token creature, whenever a non-token creature enchanted player controls dies. Whenever a non-token creature that the enchanted player controls dies, exile it, and you create a 1/2 spider creature token. So whoever has the most creatures, we put that on. So we get to make this really fun, like, make a ton of spiders, be super lolthy, and then whenever creatures dies, keep giving them loyalty, and then continue to -3 them to make a bunch of 1/2 tokens. It's a really fun bracket 1, bracket 2, you know, thing. Yeah, important note, you can't overpay. Exactly. So she's at 1. We can't go down to, you know, -2 to use it. But what this deck does very differently from other bracket 1 lists or rule 0 lists that I think is really important is it always takes theme first. And I kind of go into how I decided that and how I create my own rule 0 decks in this upcoming video. I think you guys are really going to like it, but I wanted to give y'all earlier people to the stream here a little sneak peek. I've been cooking on this one for a while, and it's a very fun list to play because, let's just be honest, how many of you guys have friends that only play precons or basically precon adjacent, right? We want something more tactile and fun and unique and interesting to play when we're with those friends. This was my solution. When I've got my friends that aren't invested in Magic and just like, hey, I somewhat know the rules and I have to read every card that's played, but I have a great time, this is how you do it. I left my dog outside. I will be right back. Oh my. Gentlemen, were you here to watch me run off camera? Go get my dog? No. I think a couple of you may be here due to a little thing that we had listed in the title of this video. Are y'all ready for some giveaways? Are y'all ready? So, we all know and love some old school Magic. Is that a thing? We all love ourselves some nice foily boys, huh? We like some old school Magic, right? How old school of Magic do you guys like? Because I need to know that before I show you what I'm about to show y'all. Your air quality's terrible today. There's a fire in Canada. Oy! I don't like that at all. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. You like 90s magic. Okay, guys. Well, then I think today y'all are in for a treat. So, at the beginning of every week, and this should have been yesterday, officially, the Def Cat live stream will have a giveaway in the first stream of the week. Every single week. And I hunted down something very fun for everyone here. I'm very excited to reveal this to you. If you guys can't tell, I'm being a little tantalizing, but I'm very hyped right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I worked with a couple magic artists recently. I got to work with them, and they also worked on comics. Sound familiar? Ladies and gentlemen, I have today the original Magic comic. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look who hunted on eBay for y'all. Uh-huh. Oh, what's that? What's that? There's normally a card in the magazine, an old school staple? A card that people really like? Huh? I wonder what that card could be. Oh, let's look at this. Oh, art by Frank Frazetta. Oh, look at that. Oh, art by, who's that? The artist of the Hulk and Iron Man? Oh, I wonder who that could be. Steve Ellis? Boys and goyles, I give to you the original Unlimited Fireball sealed in packaging with the magazine. We're going to be giving these out today. I hope you guys are excited. These were very, very thankfully donated to us by a very good friend of mine, Kevin. Kevin is a magic connoisseur and art liaison that I hired and is now, I can definitely say, my best friend, other than my wife, who is always going to be my bestest friend. But Kevin is a great guy who likes to help the community. He's a wonderful person, and so he donated me to these today so I can give you guys some new magazines. So, how we are going to do this is, if you are a part of the Patreon, that's all you have to be. That's as minimum as $2. That's it. We're going to be sending these out all day today. And we're going to make sure we get your name down immediately and these mailed out tomorrow morning. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give out today. And then we're going to have another 5 for next week. And then we do have a super mega prize. Now, you heard me. So, I have in my possession a card that many of you really care about. Many of you know this card. It's a very good card. Anyone remember a little let's get a little zoomy here. Anyone remember this card? Oh, it's backwards. See if you guys can read backwards. There you go. Anyone know this card? Huh? Anyone remember what this is? Anyone reading backwards right now? Altered and signed in foil, the original Sword of Body and Mind. An original foil, altered and signed by Chris Ron. We balling out today, y'all. We balling out. So, to be entered in for any of the magazines, all you got to do is be a patron. And then to be entered into the Sword of Body and Mind, this is going out to a Duke. So this is someone who's ordered a deck on the channel. So if any of you have ordered a deck or become a Duke, you will be in the running All you have to do is have been in this stream today and be a part of the Patreon. And as long as you've done both, your name goes in the list. And after this stream, you get picked. For every hour you stay in this stream. No, as long as, yes, you have to be a Duke currently to do the Sword of Body and Mind. But as long as you're on the Patreon at all, it's the magazines. If you're a current Duke, you're in the running for the Sword of Body and Mind. And then if you are a patron in general, you're in the run to get a magazine. But for every hour you're in the stream, my chat bot is able to know, and it puts in one entry for you. So the longer you stay, the more entries you get. I will not be shocked to see a name like Ethan, WikiWing, Earlmaid, Ryan, Graciash, Valeroni. Oh, WikiWing. You're about to get an even better surprise. So, we are currently mailing out packs for all patrons. So you guys are getting, basically, you're in the mail, you're getting a pack of Magic from us. We're sending that out this month with these. So that way we know the winners. We'll be sending them out tomorrow morning. But we have something a little fun happening for the first round of patrons. I know y'all have been asking. You've been wanting it. Are y'all ready for some Def Cat playmats? Yeah, as long as the Duke sub happens before the end of the day. So you just need to have been in the stream and at some point during the day of July 15th been on that current Patreon tier. But what I was excited to tell you guys about was we do now, in fact, have a manufacturer for all the Def Cat merch. We have officially sent the request order. Me and Earl spent a couple hours yesterday on this. So we're going to be putting up the merchandise shop as soon as we get the official samples back from this new manufacturer. But we have selected 2 partners that are manufacturing for us. It'll be sleeves, playmats, stickers, the giveaways, and your packs. We will let you know when we receive the samples, though, because we are on the waiting list with them, because they are a very large manufacturer. So we are very excited about all that. Yeah, some stickers. Do I have some of them with me? I do. Here are some of the stickers we have, but these are the old ones. These aren't the super nice new glossy ones that we got done, that we made ourselves, by the way. So here are some of the fun ones. These are little cute Def Cat stickers. Got tons of those. Those will be going to you. And then we have all the patron tiers as chibis. So we've got the Archangel tier as a chibi. And then we've got another one here. Let me lower my my brightness on my camera. It's a little much. That way you guys can see this a little better. Oh my gosh, why do I look so pale? I just realized. Goodness gracious. Oh. Woo. Woo. Why does this make me look so pale? It's like the colors are all off. It's so strange. Weird. Anyway. Here we go, y'all. We also have these bad boys. This will probably catch it okay. But yeah, it's the Duke tier as stickers. Very cute. And we have also hired 2 more artists. Oh my gosh, mustache stickers for the commanders would be so adorable. Write that down, write that down. I love it. I like that a lot. We have one more giveaway. Where did I put it? Oh, yes. This one's a smaller giveaway, and this one will be for anyone who joins at the $2 tier. I have the official Demonic Tutor sleeves. And I've got 2 packs with y'all's name on it. Again, all you gotta do is be a part of the Patreon and do that. But, excuse me, why would anyone want to be a part of my Patreon? What's the point? What's the fun in it? Y'all, we got some decks to go over today that I made you custom to your order, and by golly, we're going to start out with a very weird one. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, straight from the mind of Gracias, we got ourselves Shadowfax, Lord of Horses. Let's pull this one up for you. Let me exit out my extra tabs. They're messing up my overlay there. All right. That should fix itself here in a second so you guys can see it. There we go. Shadowfax, Lord of Horses. We are going full Horses Matter, Horses Kindred deck. Let's go. Tito! And my poor cat is downstairs going like, wow. So yeah, guys, for every hour you stay in stream today, you get another chance at getting one of those awesome magazines, an unlimited fireball, and more. So, Shadowfax, Lord of Horses. Horses you control have haste. This is why it is the best horse commander for sure. Highly suggest it. And then whenever Shadowfax, Lord of Horses, attacks, you may put a creature card with lesser power from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. So, really want to get our power up. We really care about buffing our horses so that way we can play horses for free. And it says you may put a creature card with lesser power, but this isn't meant to be a, you know, cheat in creatures deck. This was meant to be a horse deck. That is the point. I heard you like horses, so put some horses on your horses so we can cast free horses. That is exactly what we're doing. And it's the Lord of Horses. And I mean, look at it. It looks like a Lord of a Horse. Come on. It is a good commander. So, going into this, I did put in as many things as possible to buff the power so we can always play things for free with our commander. So Adaptive Automaton, we're going to give those +1s. We're going to be giving those extras with the Balefire Liege. Pretty normal stuff going on here. But we're in white-red, y'all. It's time to give things double strike. Blade Historian. Attacking creatures you control have double strike. A original Strixhaven banger. Weird administrative question. I don't actually need any of the giveaway stuff. If I get picked, is there a way to pass it on? Absolutely, it's not a pain at all. We contact all winners before sending them. No worries at all. We're going to give our commander +2/+2 and indestructible. This is an insanely good card in this list because we're buffing the power to play things for free, and it gives it indestructible. So, how do you win in a deck like this? We're at bracket 3, but we're at a severe budget. We're at a $200 budget. So we only did one game changer, which is Smothering Tithe. I'll ask them if they do have any other game changers already in their other decks. It might be smart due to their budget to move them over. But for this deck alone, I thought a Smothering Tithe wouldn't break the bank, and it didn't. Also, tell me that's not a Sliver Horse. Chrome Steed. It looks like a Phyrexian Sliver Horse. It's so cool, though. Yeah, time to saddle. It's time to saddle. So, thankfully, Thunder Junction as well as Aether Drift did give us more horses, and they're called Horse Mount. So, I want to highlight this for a second. Calamity Galloping Inferno says, when Calamity Galloping Inferno attacks while saddled, choose a non-legendary creature with saddle it and turn and create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of it. So, what we're going to be doing is using Calamity and other saddles that can do those copying effects to copy extra combat steps, baby. That's how we talk about it. It was mainly for the mana base. Got it, Gracias. Got it. So, we're going to be saddling Combat Celebrant and other ones like Karlach to make a copy. Obviously, we'd rather do Combat Servant, as Karlach sadly does have Legendary. And so we can get extra combats. That's one of our main combos on the list. After that, we have Moonshaker Cavalry. Cavalry. Can't speak today. Anyway, we've got Moonshaker Cavalry, and that is what we're going to try to cheat in with Shadowfax, because we'll attack, right? Let's say we got like Shadowfax, we got Armored Warhorse, we got the Gilded Goda, and let's say, yeah, Thurid, Mayor of Destiny out. And then as we attack, as long as we have, let's say, Bastion Protector and like Adaptive Automaton, anything like Balefire Leash, anything that buffs our commander to 7 power, we'll attack in, trigger, throw in either Moonshaker Cavalry, Morag, Karlach, and then out of nowhere, that one normal combat step, because of it being flashed in, or not flashed in, technically flash in, it's at instant speed. Now we're swinging for lethal. And it, because of the buffing effects, the extra combats, it becomes a massive ordeal. And what's even more fun is we can do that every time it attacks. It says whenever it attacks. So we can attack, get an extra combat step, then after the next one do a Moonshaker. It is, in my opinion, better at the Cloud game plan than Cloud is in a couple ways. But the good thing about Cloud, and why I think Cloud can be a little more effective at this strategy, the green, white, red Cloud, is that we do get an additional main phase on some of our extra combat spells. And so we get mana, we get card draw, but we kind of subverse that with Shadowfax giving us the creature for free. So this deck needs to get its commander out quickly. So we've got a couple ways to do that. We've got Rite of Flame, we've got Seething Song, Pyretic Ritual, Big Score, and Unexpected Windfall to race us ahead. This card's just funny, don't ask. I just thought it was cool. There's an artifact named Ebony Horse, so I put it in. I didn't even read it. That's a joke. Of course I read it. This is a custom deck you paid me for. I'm not just like skimming through stuff. It says 2 tap, untap target attacking creature you control. That creature neither receives nor damage during combat this turn. The reason you actually want this in this list, and it's not just funny, even though it is very funny, is that sometimes the creature you want to put in with Shadowfax is so small, you don't want it tapped and attacking. You want it to be untapped, such as your Blade Historian, because Blade Historian says attacking creatures get double strike. He's still a 2/3. I don't want him to get glacked by a 4/4, okay? So, to make sure that doesn't happen, we've got Ebony Horse. See, when you order a deck from me, you get intentional thought. Nothing goes in here haphazardly. There's no EDH rec scrolling going on here. And that's not to bring that down, because EDH rec is a fantastic, awesome community tool that I'm very thankful that they give to us for free. But trust me, I go into the weeds for y'all. So what used to be a game changer was Trouble in Pairs. It says if an opponent would begin an extra turn, they skip it instead. Kind of big at bracket 3, especially because your friends might be playing things like, Eevee. That they like extra turn spells. So I put this in here to stop other degenerate decks at the same bracket level. And then whenever an opponent attacks you with 2 more creatures, or they draw their second card or cast their second spell, you draw a card. Card draw is awesome. And I was tempted to put a Wedding Ring in this list, but I still believe that we want room for the other game changers. Let's see what you guys are saying so far. So, Gunplak, totally said that right. Man, hand making a deck is so hard for me, and you got a whole channel doing it. Thank you. Well, it starts with binders. I have binders full of Magic cards. I look through the cards I love and care about, and I just flip through. That's a big thing that I do. I've had my binders of Magic since 2011, I think, just about. Is when I started my first binder, and so I just know a lot of the cards. But to your credit, and I want everyone who has recently started playing Magic in the last 2 years to please listen to what I'm about to say. There has been Since 2020, more than 30% of the legal Magic cards ever printed were printed in the last 6 years, and this game's been out for 30 years. Yeah. Like more than 30 years. Like it's been out, what, 34 years now. Guys, you are living in an unprecedented time for this game. So know that keeping up with cards now, yeah, that's really hard. Yeah, card counts have exploded. There were over, 250 new legendaries with the newest Marvel set? I don't know all of them. I hope to God you don't. I really hope you don't, because that would be weird. That would be super weird. Like, I'd be worried about y'all. So, oh yeah, sorry, I can name all of them. Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man. There you go. I got like 6 of them. Yes, Scryfall is what I mostly use when I'm deck building. I use mostly Scryfall. Yes, yes. Crossover cards were not a thing until after COVID. That is a new thing for this game, as many of you know. So, let's get into a little bit of what I did to make sure this deck can play against Bracket 3, because it is a Bracket 3 horse list. Yes, that is hard to pull off. Be honest with ourselves. So, Authority of the Consuls is going to slow our opponents down, and it's going to gain you some life. We're going to give ourselves some +1/+1, and then our Legendary +2/+1, some Ward. We're going to give Folk Hero, commander creatures you own, say whenever you cast a spell that shares a creature type with this, draw a card. Very helpful, especially at 2 mana. That's a fantastic card. So we really want to make sure that we're somewhat handling what the other players are doing without getting lost in our own sauce. We're at 36 lands because this list is land hungry. We are not at a very low CMC value when it comes to horses. I know, shock, they're big creatures. So let's see how a deck like this actually plays, shall we? Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, this is a gorgeous hand. I love this. So depending on the matchup we're in, we really want this Trouble in Pairs. It's 4 mana. We can get to it. We have Loyal Unicorn, which, if I may highlight this card for a second, it says at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to creatures this turn. Other creatures you control gain vigilance until end of turn. That is a very strong card. The only card in our hand we don't care about right now is Ebony Horse, because the only card we're going to be sneaking in with Shadowfax is Loyal Unicorn, and Loyal Unicorn is a 4 toughness butt. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw for turn, red, and we are going to Faithless Looting, and we're going to draw 2 cards to discard 2 cards. We're going to discard the Ebony Horse, and then we're probably going to discard the Akroan Horse. Very good. Next turn, play a Plains. Now we have the option to do everything at instant speed. I did make sure that all the utility spells in this were mostly instant. I didn't try to put a lot of stress on cards being, what's the best way to put it? I didn't want to put a lot of stress on cards in this list being main phase intense, I guess, was the best way to put it. So, let's say no one does anything special. No one gets their commander out that you care about. We're going to thrill a possibility. We're going to, as additional cost of this, discard a card. Because we're not worried about what our opponents are doing, we discard the Path of Exile. If we are worried about, we're going to do the Calamity. We're going to do the Path to Exile. We're drawn 2. Cool. Fantastic. We're going to put down... yeah, I think we're happy with that. We're just going to do an Arcane Signet and go. Because next turn, as long as we draw a land, we are off to the races. If not, we have other things to play, which is nice. Cool. We didn't get it. We're going to Trouble in Pairs. It's turn 4. Someone's going to be drawing 2 cards and or casting 2 spells. We'll say it draws us 2 cards. Awesome. Oh, man. We are not getting lucky today. Let's see what we can do to rein back what we've got going on here. I'm thinking Blade Historian, and then we're going to sneak in Loyal Unicorn next turn. That's what I'm thinking, y'all. We'll draw 2 through Trouble in Pairs. So, Faithless Looting from the graveyard absolutely does work, but the problem is we don't really do anything past that. So playing the Blade Historian ends up actually progressing the game plan here more. Go to our next turn, play our land. We're going to play our commander out on turn 6, a turn late. Very sad. But if you notice, it says whenever Shadowfax attacks, we get to put a creature down, as long as it's less power. So let's do that. We're going to attack him with the Blade Historian and Shadow, and we're going to sneak in our Loyal Unicorn. This will give all of our next turn attacking creatures vigilance. What's up, Banana Rock Stocks? If you guys are new here, I'm about to go over that giveaway here in a little bit. Right after this deck, we'll be going over the giveaways in between decks. So now we're attacking in. We're doing 8 damage with our commander, 4 with Blade Historian, and 6 with Loyal Unicorn. And next turn, we get to go bananas. So we are going to either find... Yeah, I think we're discarding Thundermare for sure. Cool. We'll draw 2 through Trouble in Pairs. Oh, yeah. It's time. It is time. Oh, yeah. We're going to do the degenerate stuff. Let's do it. So, we have a couple things that we can do here. One, we do have Calamity Galloping Inferno. It says, whenever it attacks, choose a non-legendary creature that's saddled at this turn. So, saddling. You guys know how saddling works, right? We're all familiar with saddling? That's a joke. I know most of us probably aren't, so I'm going to read it for you. So, an active keyword ability found on creatures with the mount subtype, similar to crew. So, as long as they can mount. So, we don't have a mount creature right now. So, we're not going to play the Calamity Inferno. Although it is a hasty 4/6, which ain't nothing to be said about, right? That's pretty great. We have in our hand Seize the Day. It says untap target creature. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase, plus followed by an additional main phase. That's only 4 mana. And guess what? Our creatures don't tap because of Loyal Unicorn. So, the biggest thing we want to do is see if, on top of Seize the Day, can we make Shadowfax bigger? Is there a way to do that? Sadly, no. We don't have anything in our hand for 2 mana that does that. But it's a good thought process to have, okay? I just wanted to put that in your heads. So, for 4 mana, we'll Seize the Day. And we're going to have an additional main and combat. So we're going to attack in. We are at power 4, so we're going to put in something less than power 4 onto the battlefield. Let's see what our targets are in hand right now. We have Shieldmare. We have Thruid. We have Bloodline Pretender. Let's check these cards out. So, Shieldmare. Shieldmare can't be blocked by red. When Shieldmare enters battlefield or becomes the target of a spell ability an opponent controls, gain 3 life. Not bad. Not really what we're looking for, though. We're looking to swing and hurt people. It says, whenever you cast a Pegasus Unicorn or Horse spell, copy it. And other horses get +1/+1. Now that is what we're looking for right there. And then, last but not least, we got Bloodline Pretender. When it enters in, choose a creature type, choose a horse. Whenever another creature or of the chosen type enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Bloodline Pretender. So, what we're going to be doing is definitely putting in Thruid. We have Vigilance, so we don't have to tap for this attacking phase. And now we've got 6 damage, 10 damage, 8 damage, and 4 damage going in with lifelink, so we gain 4. Then we get another combat. We have another main phase. But now we have 5 power on our commander thanks to Thruid. And so when we attack in, we get to have Calamity Galloping coming in. So now we have another 10 damage, 10 damage, 8 damage, 6 damage, and 4 damage. That could easily win the game. And then we also have Folk Hero that will play out, even though it doesn't do anything right now for us. In the future, when we cast anything else, it will. So, that's turn 7 in a bracket 3 list that has been benefiting off our opponent's casting spells. And we casted technically our commander a turn late. I think for a $200 budget bracket 3 list with only 1 game changer in it, dude, I think this is pretty solid. Would you guys say this is doing good for a $200 deck that is restricted to horses? I was pretty happy with this. Testing went well for us. It was the extra combats that we put in afterwards that we realized this deck needed to have a little bit more kick, you know? Good old Nay. The horseplay is wild. You gonna get muted. You gonna get muted for that, dog. That was good. That was good. That was solid. That was solid. So, everyone, if you're just now joining or have been here, you've now been here for an hour. That means you have been entered in an extra entry as long as you are a patron to win an original Magic the Gathering magazine. We got 5 to give away, and it comes with an original unlimited Fireball still sealed. So thank you for everyone. You have kept watching. You've got another entry. All you have to be is any level of patron to get that. And then if you are a Duke tier patron, y'all, now that you've been here, you are in the running for a foil Sword of Body and Mind altered by the original artist and signed by Chris Ron. So you want to stay in the running for that. And then we do have a consolation prize for all those who are just either a regular $2 patron and or are a channel member. We have Demonic Tutor sleeves, which look like this. Hope you guys are excited for those. Woo! And we'll be giving those away. Duke for the win. All winners are contacted by tomorrow morning and or tonight. We're going to make sure we run late to see if anyone joins the patron that was in here. Make sure they don't miss out. All right, guys, let's go on to our next deck. Let's see what we're at here. Who is our next deck order? Oh, okay. Okay, this one's weird. This one's weird. I liked this deck. I know many of you may know my Sonic list. Right? I had a pretty fun Sonic list that I put on YouTube. People liked it. I used to get a lot of Sonic orders on this channel. It was definitely not a small amount. I'll say that much. You're now a Duke, Ryan. Very nice. You see, we did a lot of Shadow. We did a lot of Amy. We did a lot of original Sonic. But there was one card in that Secret Lair we never did. And finally today, we have done this. Ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Reynolds. Not to be confused with Always Sunny in Philadelphia Reynolds. Boys and girls, we have Miles Tail Powers. Now, why have we not done this so far? I do not know. He's not something. We have done Egg Boy too. We have done Egg Boy plenty. We've never done Miles. We've never done our boy Tails. Why is this ad right in the center of my screen? What in... Do I need to get Moxfield Premium? What is this? Get that ad. Get that out of here. All right, everybody. Miles Tails Powers. What does Miles Tails Power do? Flash, flying. Whenever a vehicle you control enters, draw a card if it has flying. Otherwise, put a flying counter on it. Now, does this card make any sense? Can anyone explain to me lore-wise why Tails draws you a card if he's in a flying vehicle? Because that felt like an Eggman thing to do, considering he's always flying around in his machines. I played Sonic growing up. I was not a Sonic kid. Like, I wasn't like my special interest or something. I played maybe 3 or 4 Sonic games, though, growing up when I was very little. Can anyone explain why that's the flavor for this card to me? Because I know he's like the pilot of the group. I do understand that too. I just don't understand why he just doesn't... Yeah, because I thought Sonic flew the plane. So here's my thought process with this. I think they realistically wanted to do a vehicle commander with him, and it gifted all the others flying. I don't understand why they didn't go absolute, like, okay. I don't have a good word for what I'm about to say, so bear with me. Can you imagine if they would have given him banding and that all other creatures have flying? Like, he can take everyone with him while flying and banding. I know banding would have been an insane mechanic on a secret layer for new players. Like, that would have been horrendous for people to learn. But, like, they could have, like, reworded, you know, or something. Epidemic Fail just wanted to pop in and say thank you for my Aragorn Monarch deck you designed for me. I finally got a chance to play it, and it's a ton of fun. I'm so excited. Dude, did you have any fun plays with it? Any favorite plays? Tell us. Yeah, new player heads would absolutely explode. Absolutely agree with that. It would just melt someone's eyes straight out of their socket trying to read the wall of Wikipedia text that Tails has. So, as you may notice, 20 creatures. We're not on a huge creature binge here, but there's a very important creature. This should be on, like, okay, why is this a $2 card? I think it's literally just there's too many cards coming out. It's one of those forgotten cards. And this is literally blue Craterhoof. It's blue Craterhoof. It turns all other artifacts you control into 4/4 flying creatures. Dude. It's literally blue's Craterhoof. You just dropped your white Craterhoof? Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I love Moonshaker Cavalry. So good. Because green has Craterhoof, white has Moonshaker Cavalry, blue has Cyberdrive Awakener. Basically. We have lots of ways to make our artifacts cost less. We have Ethereum Sculptor. We have Foundry Inspector. We have Joyrus Familiar. And I think one more? And then Voyager Quick Welder. Yeah, print it into the ground. How many printings does this card have? Let's take a looky-loo. It has... Oh, it just got a new one. Okay. So it's got 1, 2, 3? It's been printed 3 times, right? Edge of Eternities, Neon Dynasty, and Marvel. That's not printed into the ground, in my opinion. That's 3 printings, and one very recently, over 3 years. And it's still only $5. I don't know. It's just weird to me. I think it's a lot better card than people give it credit. So we're going to make all of our artifacts insanely cheap to cast. But let's look at our artifacts. Yeah, we have an insane amount of vehicles to cast, y'all. We have a crazy amount of vehicles to cast. That is numero uno on what we do around here. It absolutely is. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be casting a lot of vehicles that we're not going to crew yet. And then we're going to cast Farewell, Wrath of God, Supreme Verdict, Time Wipe. And we're going to destroy all the creatures while we only have vehicles out. That's going to be one of our game plans. Our secondary game plan was Cyberdrive once selling for $12. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it used to be up there. It was going. The weird thing is it doesn't have a... I don't think it has a foil printing until now, right? Yeah, this is its first foil printing. The Iron Man. So, let's look into, realistically, what does a game plan look like when you are full vehicle combat centric in a deck? One, we had to have Propaganda and Ghostly Prison to protect us. It's a little bit more difficult in a deck like this. We need the mana, so we got Smothering Tithe and Unwinding Clock. We're going to be using things like Thran Dynamo because we need a lot of colorless mana. and we're in blue-white. So we got no ramp, y'all. We got artifacts. That is it. So mulligans matter so much more in non-green and black decks. Well, non-green, black, red. Because green, black, red has all the ramp. The only thing blue has is high tide. And the only thing white has is things to reduce costs. And so realistically, what we're attempting to do in this deck is mulligan down until we are able to make sure we can slow their game plan down. Because we're not outpacing our opponents. So let's look what it looks like to do that. Like, how do you realistically play a deck where we have to not try to outrace our opponents, but outpace our opponents? That's what's important for this. Let me get over here. So we got a couple things. Let's zoom in just a wiggle bit. We only have one land to start out with, but let's look at the rest. We did have 2-2-mana rocks, which is really good, and we would have gone into an unwinding clock. So if we had 2 lands, this would slap. Like, this would be crazy. This list does have a good amount of lands. I'm not too afraid of it, and we only need 1 more land. It's perfectly realistic to risk it for the biscuit here and try to get that second land in the first 2 turns. So let's do it. We'll draw for turn, play a land. Next turn, we miss it. Now we're going to go down to hand size. We'll put the vehicles without flying in our hand to our graveyard. That's the smartest thing to do. Absolutely. Next turn, no land. We're going to go down to... That draws us a basic, so let's keep it. And we're going to get rid of... Oh, yeah, probably Shram. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We got wrecked. We got wrecked. Everyone, never listen to me. Never listen to Def Cat again. Oh my gosh. There wasn't a land for 4 more turns, bro. What? Ooh, Ethan, welcome back to being a Duke. Oh my goodness. Oh, of course. Now we have plenty of lands. That's too funny. Oh yeah, this hand slaps. Oh wait, this hand's nuts. Okay, this is crazy. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is awesome. Okay. We're in business. We're in business, everybody. 2 lands, Silvermire. Next land, Thran Dynamo. We discarded Shram because we couldn't cast any of the other things that would activate with Shram. I know, it's sad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're about to cook. We're about to cook. All right. How hard do I want to cook right off the bat? I think I know. I think I know how hard I want to cook here. So, Silvermire is currently our only source of blue mana. Otherwise, we could Wrath of God here, and it would be disgusting. So, what we can do is get to the point where we don't care about blue mana anymore. So, we don't have a land for turn 4 right now. So, we have affinity for artifacts with Thoughtcast, right? So, anything we play lowers its cost. So, we're going to play Shurikai, and we're going to have 1 colorless mana floating. And then we're going to use that colorless mana to tap, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. And we're going to discard the Wrath of God because we would prefer casting Farewell later. And it makes us a pilot. And we get another land for turn. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, it's all coming together. There's the Prairie Stream. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. This is where we get to be discussing. So turn 5. What's an average turn 5 look like to you guys in bracket 3? Well, I'm going to close my eyes and just think. I see someone with a Prosper out and a Reckless Fireweaver. I see someone that for some reason likes Godzilla and is playing Ghidorah, and they've got a Ghidorah with a Sword of Body and Mind out. I see a Y'shtola player with a Blood Chief's Thirst out, right? We've got people setting up some wins. Yeah. Yeah, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. We see some enchantments on our friends' boards. We see some creatures on our friends' boards. Yeah. Yeah. Buddy, we know what time it is. First, what we're going to do, tap for colorless, tap Shorikai. We're going to draw 2, discard 1. We'll discard the reality shift. That's not relevant right now. That's totally fine. We are going to get an extra pilot token for that. We are going to say hello to my cat. Everybody, say hello to Vito. Hey, Vito. Look. Say hello. Everybody, say hello to Vito. Oh, mwah. Good kitty. Now, we're going to play our Thought Monitor first because it'll reduce our cost of our... Oh, wait. Is our cost for... Yes, we have an artifact land. Let's go. Blue mana. Cyberdrive Awakener. We're floating 2 colorless right now. Let's make sure we keep track of that. And for 1 blue mana, we're going to Thoughtcast. Affinity for artifacts, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw 2 cards. Bing, bing. Sick. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, with the 2 colorless floating, 3, 4, 5, 6. Farewell. We're going to destroy all enchantments, creatures, and graveyards. Exile. Boom, baby. You have a Tails deck as well. Very nice. So, it's now turn 5. Our opponents are in the dirt. They are in the dirt after that. Watch how fast this deck rebuilds with Tails. It's ridiculous. So, we're going to do a Spire of Industry. Tap a white Shorikai. Draw. Oh, no, actually, we won't use the white. We'll use the colorless. Draw 2, discard 1. We'll discard the island. And it is time to start Cyberdrive Awakening. We're going to use most likely 4, 6, 8 mana available to us. The Goldmire into Yawning, I think. No, into Tails. And then with the colorless floating, plus Spire of Industry, Thought Monitor, and then draw 2. Very good. Yeah, next turn's going to be just sick nasty, and we have a pilot token. So, everyone got board wiped. We rebuild this quickly, and now we're going to start getting to go to do vehicle shenanigans. We can also easily crew Shorikai now. We'll tap, make the colorless, draw 2, discard 1, discard this land, and instead of that land, we'll probably play Sky Cloud, Expanse, and oh, never mind, we have a Hollowed Fountain, even better. We have a Hull Drifter, that's pretty sick. To draw a ton of cards. We have the Thanos Copter. God help us. It's got Flying Haste. Let's throw it out there. Thanos. And we'll actually untap these 2 and use our 2 colorless we had from the Thran Dynamo. And then we draw a card because that has flying into a Strixhaven Sky Coach. Very cool. Draw another card. We're going to literally have to go down to hand size. So this deck always draws. It always has stuff to do. And we also have the tokens to easily crew it. So the Thanos Copter can instantly be crewed. And then when it when Thanos enters vehicles you control become artifact creatures till end of turn. So if we would have gotten that in a different order, we could have done that. But that means our Shorikai Genesis is now a creature. And whenever vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. We have haste with this one. Shorikai attacks in because it has already been here. And it says whenever a vehicle... Yeah, cool. And then we draw 2 off that as well. And we'll put those away. Yeah. Crazy list. Next turn, land, Cloud Key, Cyberdrive Awakener, Cinema. Because games go to turn 8 when you wipe everyone with a farewell on turn 5. And the fact that we did that on turn 5 and then instantly got to go within 2 rebuild turns to this, that's how we do it. The Thanos Copter is unironically a very good card. It is the dumbest meme on this face of the earth, and I'm sad it's in Magic, but it's a good card, dude. It's a good card. And when I get to turn my Shorakai into an 8/8 creature till end of turn, I don't know about y'all, I'm a little happy. You know, joy somewhat fills my heart. You know what else fills my heart with joy, everybody? Giving you guys awesome stuff. If you guys are here in the stream and you have not been here since the beginning, we are giving away Magic Original Comics. Anyone who is a patron, for every hour you spend here in the stream, as long as you are a patron and you spent an hour here, you get an entry to get one of these original Magic comics that do come with an original Unlimited Fireball, still sealed in the packaging. And then if you get a custom deck from me on the Patreon and are currently a Duke, you're in the running to get a foil, fully altered by Chris Ron and signed Sword of Body and Mind, donated to us by Kevin. Thank you very much. Yes, the vehicles at that time weren't good enough. Now that we've got Edge of Eternities and we've got a couple actual vehicle sets, it's been great. Tails can genuinely put up numbers. Vehicles are a supported archetype at this moment, if I may say. I do believe it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get off the what I would like to say off meta decks for a little bit. We did horses. We've done vehicles. I think it's time to get a little meta. Is everyone okay if I pull a meta deck out today? Something a little nasty? Then we'll go back to some fun nutso stuff. W Kevin, baby. Yeah, we need to go back to Aether Drift, am I right? Oh, please no. Please no. But does it have horses on it? There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of a meta list to show today, and I am very excited to show you this. Boys and girls, are you ready to play Kuja? So, I have to explain why I built this list for a moment, because explaining this to you guys will make what I'm about to say at least 40 times funnier. Who knows what? Show of hands in the chat. Show of hands. Who knows what Kuja is? Who knows? Are we all familiar with Kuja? Has anyone been, you know, emotionally destroyed by a Kuja game? Oh, we're going to be talking about Star Trek here in a little bit. Don't you worry. Shows hand. Very good. Okay. So, what does Kuja turn into? That's right, a drag queen. No. Kuja turns into a doubler of wizard damage, right? It says if a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. So, why did I make this deck? This deck that we all know and many people already enjoy. This is a birthday gift for someone who said their husband would like to LARP playing a hot boy. They said that their husband would enjoy playing a deck with lots of instant and sorceries and spells from mystical archives, and LARP being a hot boy. Does that mean I'm openly admitting calling Kuja hot? No. I just know that my wife calls it Hot Boy Summer. So she calls this deck. She calls it Hot Boy Summer. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Hot Boy Summer. We are going to be doubling all of our triggers and something. Let's get a little cool here for a second, right? If we're gonna be playing Harmonic Prodigy in a deck, why? And I feel like a lot of people miss this. A lot of you may in fact play Grixis Wizard decks. So, what I suggest you do is play Dark Confidant, because you'll trigger it twice. So you get twice the cards, y'all. Do you know how powerful that is? That is like insanely good for a deck like this. So Dark Confidant will now draw you 2 cards. So will Keen Duelist. They're wizards. Yeah. I see these left out of a lot of Rakdos and Grixis lists, and they should not be. So, as it was asked in the request, they asked me to make sure I really paid attention to the arts. So, this deck is gorgeous. I made sure to pick the best arts for these cards. And of course, that Abrade, y'all. Gorgeous Abrade. We got big score. Just awesome cards. Just gorgeous. So, let's see how this deck performs. Did I make a true Hot Boy Summer list? We got Seething Song, we got Heat Shimmer, we have Professor Onyx, which is an outlet for an infinite combo if we want. Yeah, the Mayhem Devil print is on theme, yep. And we have a Tormenting Voice. So, this gets out Kuja early, and it has card draw. I like this. This is a turn 3 Kuja into a Tormenting Voice. I'd take this hand. So we're gonna Verdant Catacombs, and we're gonna go get a body. Next, play the Mount Doom, and we're gonna chill. We're just gonna relax. No reason to go ham yet. This deck does plenty later. Seething Song, make 3 red. Kuga. Now, let's get our wizard token to end step. And it's time to start having some fun. So, let's read what Molten Duplication does real quick, shall we? Create a token that's a copy of target artifact creature control, except it's an artifact in addition to other types. It gains haste until end of turn. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Right? At the beginning of the next end step. Now, Kuja triggers at the end step. It says, then, if you control 4 or more wizards at end step, these technically trigger together. You can choose when they trigger. So once we have 5 mana, we can use Heat Shimmer, create a token copy, and then exile it. Let's say we had 5 mana right now. We could technically cast Molten Duplication and Heat Shimmer to make enough wizard copies to flip Kuja. But Kuja also does make a sorcerer at end step. So, how we play this out, we're gonna play this mountain here. We're going to Molten Duplication this wizard, right? We have an extra wizard. Done. Now, Kuja, end step, makes us another wizard. But this wizard needs to die. It's on the stack. Those effects are stacking. Kuja will see the 3, and he will flip. And then that one goes away. So now we are doing 8 damage per spell we cast, and we're going to do, next turn, we've got our Tormenting Voice. So we can start grinding through things. So, let's say all of our opponents are at 34 life. Is that fair? On turn 4 is 30, or it'll be turn 5. On turn 5, is 34 life fair? Are we all chill with that? Right? I think we're chill with that. Next turn. So, land, and it says, Virtue of Courage. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to opponent, you may exile that many cards from the top of your library. You may play those cards this turn. That's generous, right? That is generous. Virtue of Courage. Pass. Game over. It is officially game over. There's nothing that's going to stop us now. Let's say they're at 34 lifesteal on turn 6. On turn 6. That's insane. But for y'all, I can do it. We'll cast for 3 mana Heat Shimmer on this wizard, and we'll do 4 damage to our opponents. They'll go down to 30. Heat Shimmer resolves. Now we've got 3 wizards. Okay. Now we're going to cast a Chrome Mox, and we're going to deal 6 damage to our opponents. But what was that? Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you may exile that many cards to the top of your library, and you may play those cards. Oh, look at that. 4 cards for us to play. Oh, another 6 cards for us to play. Yeah. Game over. Game over. Game over. What was that? Oh, we have 3 mana. You know, we'll mix some more. Desperate Ritual. Get another 6 cards. Oh, what was that? What was that? Huh? Oh, we have all that red mana now? Let's cast a, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking something fun. Maybe a Ruby Medallion. So all of our red spells cost 1 less to cast. Oh, that's another 6 damage, baby. Okay. How about a Cabal Ritual? Make another 5 black mana. That's another 6 damage, baby. Oh, what's that? Let's have all of our... Yeah, I'm not even going to sift through this at this point. Like, now, I need to be very honest with you. Very honest. This is the slowest I've ever gone off with this list. In testing. So my wife's been playing this list that we made for you, and she normally puts up a win attempt by turn 5 minimum. Because she mulligans hard for it. We just kept the first hand. That shut up. We didn't even mulligan hard here. We just went, sure. Why not? I was also on the wrong playtest field. So let's do one more. Shall we? Because I realized you guys couldn't send me everything. This deck will be on the website by the end of today. So here we go, guys. Let's do a normal one where you guys can actually see it. Oh my gosh. Do you see this hand? Soul Ring, Dark Ritual, Past in Flames, Black Market, Big Score, Reckless Impulse, Double. This is a perfect hand, bro. What? That is insane. Oh my gosh. So, realistically, if we went black, 3 black, Soul Ring, we have 4 mana. We don't get anything out of that. We just play Mountain Soul Ring. Because Black Market Connections only gives us 1 mana. If we do Soul Ring, we get Kuja next turn. Yeah, that's a Kuja. Into a wizard on turn 2. Oh my goodness. Next turn. Land. So this wins on turn 5. 1,000,000,000%. There's no shadow of a doubt in my mind this wins on turn 5. But can I make it happen on turn 4? That's my thought process here. Do I dig to find another wizard that might be on top of the library to flip him so we can win on turn 4? I think we do. I think we go for it. I think we play a red and a colorless for Reckless Impulse and exile the top 2 cards of our library. Okay. We'll Deadly Rollick someone Cool. We've done some damage. Oh my goodness. We do have something to protect him. We've got Flare of Duplication. Yeah, it's turn 3. That's the thing is Hot Boy doesn't crumble to counter spells because it's a triggered ability off of casting that deals the damage. So we have a colorless floating right now. And we have this Expedite that can draw us a card for 1 red. I think we Dark Ritual for 3 black. And then use the colorless for Shadow Bridge. So we have red, black, 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 black. You have 4 black and 1 red. And then we use the 4 for Past in Flames. No, you wouldn't. Yeah, so we do save this for next turn like I was thinking. Yeah, it's just a guaranteed turn 5 win. I think you just take the guaranteed turn 5. Oh, I'm so stupid. Black Market Connections makes a changeling. Oh my goodness. And then I think we can win at instant speed. So we'll make another token. We'll go to turn 4. And Black Market Connections makes a changeling. And a treasure. And we get to draw an extra card. Oh, it makes a shapeshifter. But it is a changeling of type, so it is a wizard. Okay, interesting. Make the wizard. It flips Kuja. And now we're doing 6 damage per. So if we go to turn 5, we can win very easily by using Past in Flames to replay our spells. I think we could deal 40 damage right now. I think we could do it. I want to put this deck to the test on turn 4 at instant speed over top of any kill spell onto Kuja. So like you said, someone fires off a kill spell here. Let's tank it. Let's do this. 1 black. Dark Ritual. They're all down to 34. Let's just say they're all at 40 life. Or like one person is at 40 life, right? Awesome. And then 3 black. 1, 2, 3. We got 1 red. Expedite. That's another 6 damage. They're at 28. Oh, darn it. We got a sorcery. That's okay. That's okay. So we've got available to us. We have 2 red. Okay. Okay, so we wouldn't cast the Expedite. Okay, I see what the play is now. I see what the play is now. We paid 1 black, made a Dark Ritual, and then you pay 4 plus the 3 black. So 2 red. Let's get our colors correct here. Yeah, 2 red with the treasure. 3 black and 1 colorless. So we have a colorless floating. And we use up our black. And we cast Big Score. And we copy it with Flare of Duplication. Which does another 6 and another 6. So they're at 22. We draw, so we draw 2, discard 2. We discard our sorceries. We draw 2. Right, it's discard 1. Sorry. So we discarded those 2 as our 2 we discard. We did get an instant, and we make 4 treasures. We'll use the colorless and 1 to make a black and a red through our land. And yeah, unexpected windfall. Yeah. So we use our 2 floating. 1, 2. Unexpected windfall. Discard a card. We'll discard Overmaster. We draw 2. We make 2 treasures. Oh, still we get sorceries. We get them down to 16. We cast a free Deadly Rollick. They're down to 10. We cast an Expedite, and depending on what we draw, they're dead. We did it. We get a deflecting swat. Perfect. If anyone casts anything for the rest of the game, we deflecting swat and everyone dies because they're at 4. And this was challenging us to kill them at 40 at turn 4. This is all at instant speed over top of a Swords to Plowshares headed at our Kuja. And then we can deflecting swat we deflecting swat the Swords to Plowshares. Boom, baby. Hot Boy Summer back online. That is awesome. That's how you do it right there. I just think it's so funny that the person who really wanted this deck was like, I would like to LARP a Hot Boy. Yeah, that is disgusting. Exactly. Even if someone's got the Swords to Plowshares, dog. Boom. Right over top of them. Because again, even if they would have countered the deflecting swat or the unexpected windfall that we did, it still triggers. They still take the damage. Yeah. It's nasty. Absolutely nasty. That's a fun deck. That's a very fun deck. But let's look through this for a second. I went through a lot of time making sure that the arts fit everything that the person wanted. So I went through and I chose all the arts that they preferred. I just think the artifact section's the most gorgeous part. It's crazy. And what's crazy is none of these people are the same artist. I love the new Brea art on there. It looks so cool with Saheeli. Does Bolas' Citadel not have a full art yet? Oh, right. It got the one from Final Fantasy. I'm silly. I totally forgot about Kefka's Tower being it. Yeah, just a sick deck. And then you get to play with all the Mystical Archive arts too, which is really dope. Oh, this Frank Frazetta art though, dog. Just that, like, looks so cool. Looks so dang cool. Very nice. Good old Deadly Dispute. Yes, it would have been great if they would have done English versions of these. I totally agree. I'm a little confused why they're not in English, to be fair. But I think it's because the wood block. It makes the woodblock part authentic. I still really like it. Regardless, I still really love them. But I love going through and like having people tell me like, hey, I really care about the arts. I really care about, you know, what the deck feels like to play, how it looks to play. I care about that a lot too in my arts. It matters a lot to me. So I totally vibe with that. Yeah, this deck slaps. I'm very, very happy. The good thing is there's also a secondary win con in this deck, which is Dual Caster Mage plus any of the copy target creature spells. That also just gives us instantly. You just got to have that that Google Lens handy. Exactly. That genuinely is how it is. That's how we'd be doing. It's a very powerful list. And you know what's sad is it doesn't run this awesome unlimited fireball in this really cool original Magic the Gathering magazine, which I am giving away to any and all patrons. So if you guys are watching right now and you have watched the stream, that means you are entered in to win one of these magazines as long as you're a patron. And if you've ordered a deck for me and are currently a Duke $50 patron, you have a chance to get this altered by the original artist and signed by Chris Ron, Sword of Body and Mind. And we have more giveaways on the way, too. We will also be doing a charity stream soon. I have been reached out to by 2 charities And I'm going to be doing that. So look forward to that. But let's keep it going, y'all. What is up next? Okay. This one is evil. This one makes us look bad. That's all I got to say before we go into it. While this isn't super relevant for a commander, reminder that you are entitled to the full oracle text of a card in play and can call a judge if needed. I love that. I love that. I'm going to be at Kitchen Table Magic on next Monday. I'm going to yell judge the moment I see one of those mystical archives. The moment I see it. I love it. I do know a lot of judges, though. I should ask them to come over for that bit. That'd be really funny. That'd be great. Now, I do have an outside of Commander question for everybody. Before I go into the next list, do we want to talk about the elephant in the release schedule? Do we want to talk about Star Trek? Well, dang, man, I don't know what it says. Do we want to talk about the Star Trek set? Is that something on y'all's mind that you'd like to hear me comment on? I'd be happy to do so if people are wanting that. Yeah? We want to talk about it? Yeah, real human, nothing else on a card, yeah. Alright, y'all. Let's do a little yapping break. You know how he is around here. So, we're going to start with the good. Okay? We will start with the good. Do not worry. Then we got stuff to talk about. So, for the uninitiated, Star Trek is getting a Magic the Gathering set. It is coming with a insane amount of product. Tons of commander decks, tons of chase cards, as well as lots and lots and lots of legendary creatures, because that is what the game is designed around now, which is Commander. So, the good stuff. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the good. There is something amazingly good for the game coming out with this set, which is we are getting another cycle of shocks. The third cycle of shocks in a little over a year. That is insane. Shocks will now probably be universally below $10. They'll all be single digit cards. That is awesome. Because when I started playing Commander, shocks were like 25 minimum. I think the cheapest shock at the time was like $14. And that was for like the one no one wanted. Shocks are going to like $5. Yeah. The shocks will genuinely be down to like $5. That's awesome. Yes, the next thing they're doing that's awesome is they are supporting spaceships. They are supporting the archetype that normally gets left alone. Now, that's a really bad image of that spaceship. Jeez Louise. Okay. I need you guys to hear something for a second, and we need to give Wizards of the Coast some props for a second. So, when they stopped doing block constructed formats, that's when, back then, when we played this game, whenever we played Innistrad, Dragons of Tarkir, you know, Theros, they were in blocks. We got 3 or 4 sets that were all mechanically fused with one another. That means the set next to it had mechanics from the previous sets. But now we get one-off sets mostly. And these mechanics are never reused. So there's just deck archetypes that will never be expanded, never be revisited, or get any support because it's stuck back in that block. There's things like Soulbound and Bushido and Horsemanship and Banding and all these things that are just left back in that block and Wizards of the Coast hasn't touched it since. That's it. That's all we get. But I'm very, yeah, rooms, example. Yeah, rooms. Thank you. So many. But thankfully, Wizards of the Coast took note of that, and they made sure to give us more spaceships from Edge of Eternities. Now, whether that was a happy accident by them because they happened to get this IP, so what? Props where props are due, okay? Let's not be jerks. So, other things that are positive about this set, other than shock reprints and then bringing back a mechanic that normally would have been forgotten as a result of the recent changes in block constructed. What else happy do I have to say about this? Universes Beyond realistically so far has been 80% for Zoomers. 80% of the secret layers and stuff has been for the millennials and the Zoomers. They finally gave all of the boomers and late Gen X players something they liked, other than just The Hobbit, you know? So I will say that. Glad for them, you know? This is probably the oldest IP in terms of media, not in terms of like when the IP started. Obviously, that would be Lord of the Rings. I think this is good. This is good for certain people, and they'll be very happy. That's awesome. Now, let's talk. We've gone through positives. Let's talk controversial. Do any of you guys know what this is on screen right now? Have you guys heard about this yet? What's going on with this? So these aren't just signed cards in the way that there's a printed autograph on a art card right now at the end of a set booster, right? Well, set boosters don't exist anymore. You get my point. Art cards that used to exist were signed. These cards will be physically actually autographed by the original cast member depicted in the art. There'll be real autographs that they're giving out in packs now. Yeah, exactly. It's basically baseball cards. They have no text. You don't know what this card does, right? It's a textless signed card. And personally, it's hard to understand why Wizards of the Coast is okay with like textless cards like this being legal. I know they've done them in the past. This just feels weird still. But these will be real cards signed by the real people depicted in the art. Why I find that to be controversial is it's further disparaging the game to be one of two things. You either buy a play booster to get the cards, and they're probably quite cheap, or you get the collector booster and you have a chance to get something like this. You chase it, you might not get anything in your collector's box, but that's the point. It's literally gambling. Collector's boxes are just gambling. That's it. You're hoping you'll spend less money opening up the card to find it than you would actually physically buying the single, right? And then the market's flooded with foils and makes foils cheap because a bunch of people gamble. Cool. That's where we are, right? Awesome. I think we're fine with that. Base printings of cards being cheap, and then collectors being expensive. Does anyone have any issues with that? That we're going to have fiscally unobtainable, crazy variants that none of us can afford, unless we're whales. And then we're going to have the regular cards that are cheap. Right? For some people, that's ideal. Right? Totally cool. It keeps the player base alive. All that. Now. Oh, I can't believe I have to say this. How do we feel about a picture of Benedict Cumberbatch representing Sheoldred the Apocalypse? I'm having a hard time with this one. I think a lot of people are, right? And there's this just... You have an issue with the entire concept of collector packs? Yeah, exactly. I also do too. I miss when you could just get anything you wanted from a pack. Yeah, this is a reskin of one of the most desired reprints in all of Magic the Gathering. And it's just a picture of Benedict Cumberbatch. For those of you who don't know, this is what Sheoldred the Apocalypse looks like. A base copy is over $100. I sold a playset of these at $80 each back in the day, thinking it would get reprinted. And now, this. It won't be standard legal for just so you guys know. This does not make Sheoldred standard legal. It is in the bonus sheet. So, and then we have the $150 poster foil. But it's pretty crazy. I had a foil Phyrexian version of it, but I think that's actually one of the cheaper versions. Like, people don't want that version of it, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. Here we are. So, with Benedict Cumberbatch being the face of it, this will not lower the price of Sheoldred. If anything, it drew attention to the card, and it's just going to make people want the original art. Here's the thing that happened, though. Back in the day, we had a big kerfuffle about a card getting art called Faithless Looting. And people really didn't like the art. People really didn't like this mixed media Faithless Looting. Because they looked at the hand and everything you guys are seeing, and it looked like a real photorealistic person on the art. And from what I understand, it is confirmed to be painting, even though they did an insane job at making the lighting look realistic. It is like confirmed to not just be a photo of somebody. But it is mixed media. That's like real paint over paper glued onto it, and then another layer of Photoshop, effectively. So, is it in this realm where we're looking at it and it's uncanny, but eventually people will find it endearing or something like that? No, it's not. I'm going to say that right now because the art doesn't match the card. At least this still matches the card. It's a pagan ritual. What is this? And it gets us into this bigger conversation I think a lot of us want to talk about, which is that there are some universes beyond like sets that work and ones that don't. The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Final Fantasy, those work because they feel and look like Magic 80% of the time. Like a majority of the cards feel like something in Magic. This is just a collectible card with a character on it. Like it doesn't look like something you'd ever see in Magic at all. None of this looks like Magic. It could be huge for desirable card plus Star Trek. But the thing is I'm really seeing even Star Trek fans just hate it. They just don't like this. No matter how desirable it is. But we'll see. We will see. Any other thoughts from y'all? How are you feeling about it? Are we looking at this and going, yay? Or are we looking at this and going, why? Because I have almost exclusively ignored any and all Universes Beyond sets, other than Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, and then Forgotten Realms isn't Universes Beyond in my opinion. It's literally Wizards of the Coast. Yes, Magic is just a set of rules at this point. It's just like Dungeons and Dragons. What happened to Dungeons and Dragons? D&D is just a set of rules at this point. People don't care about the lore in D&D anymore like I do. I've read almost every Dungeons and Dragons original Forgotten Realms book. I love the lore. Okay, Quentin says they liked the Marvel cards more. Okay. PK, you're not impartial. That's totally fine. And that's what I'm saying is like this. I think this set's going to be very divisive because Gen Z is looking at this and they don't get it at all. They don't understand this, like what this is supposed to be at all. And I think most people that are either like late millennial or Gen X, they're looking at this and they're like, this is awesome. Yeah. I used to know every tidbit of lore about Magic possible. It's really sad where we are now. Yeah, Reality Fracture is going to be really cool. Very excited about that. But what I think is interesting is it's okay now when we're talking about Universes Beyond to not have to say, do I like Universes Beyond or do I not like Universes Beyond? We're at a point where we have to say, I like this Universes Beyond, but not that one. And accepting the fact that we're going to get upset at each other because some of us think it works and some of us thinks it doesn't. Right? Like some of us are going to look at a set and go, I think this works in Magic. I thought Godzilla worked great in Magic. Other people didn't. I thought Final Fantasy worked great in Magic. Other people didn't. I did not think Spider-Man worked well in Magic. I thought Bagel and Schmear was terrible. Other people thought it was fine. That's totally okay. But like, we don't have to like each other. And that doesn't mean not be nice to each other, but like, I don't have to like your preference in cards. That's totally fine. You don't have to like mine because it's not like you're telling me mine is bad. You're just saying you don't like it. Yeah, it is impossible to please everyone, for sure. The City on the Edge of Forever. Oh, right. Permanents can't phase in. I heard about this. It is crazy. Yeah. Neon Dynasty Kamigawa got a lot of comments about it not being Magic. And to be honest, there's definitely some cards in there that I totally agree with not being very Magic-y. I agree with those comments at that time. Like the DJ. It, like, what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, this card slaps. If you guys haven't read it yet, let's read it together. All artifacts and creatures phase out. Create an 0/1 white human creature token with permanents can't phase in. You draw 2 cards and each player loses 2 cards, and then sacrifice a creature token. If you do, gain 5 life. So it pauses the game for a little bit. At the end of it, you do need to sacrifice it unless you've made another token to keep everything else phased out. It's a semi-non-permanent board wipe with 2 upsides. It is awesome. It is one of the coolest design cards in a long time in Magic. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Well, guys, we got more to give away here on the stream. I see that we now have 36 people signed up for the giveaway that have watched at least an hour on the stream and are patrons. So if you guys have been watching and you want a chance to enter to receive either this awesome foil, fully altered, signed Chris Ron Body of Mind, if you're a Duke tier patron, or if you're any tier patron, get an original Magic magazine with an unlimited Fireball still sealed inside. We have 5 of those to give out. Head on over to the Patreon. And it's time that we get back into some decks, everybody. It's time to show you one of the sickest deck types I've had to make in a while. Blim the Comedic Genius. If you guys are familiar with this, we're going to be giving our opponents some really nasty things. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that quintessence that your favorite is Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Blech, blech. We're very different. And that's okay. I'm really glad you enjoy that set. It had to be for someone. It would really stink if that set came out and everyone hated it and it wasn't for someone. That would be terrible. Like, that would suck. So, Blim Comedic Genius says, whenever Blim Comedic Genius deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of target permanent you control. Then, each player loses life and discards cards equal to the number of permanents they control but don't own. That second part, very valuable. But the part that people care about with this list is that we're going to be gifting people stuff. And what are we gifting them? Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite things in the entire game to gift people, Lich's Mastery. It says, Hexproof, you can't lose the game. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, for each 1 life you lost, exile a permanent you control or a card from your hand or graveyard. And then once you have nothing else to exile and Lich's Mastery is the last thing they have to exile it and they lose the game. Or you just flicker Lich's Mastery and they instantly lose the game. Oh my gosh. So that's just one of the many diabolical, disturbing, horrific, disgusting, friendship-ending cards that we're going to be gifting people. The reason I like gifting people Lich's Mastery is this is a cute little story I think you guys should know about me. I think this takes a peek into me as a Magic player and how I've evolved. So the year was 2018. I was playing Commander a good bit. I'd heard about CDH and I was starting to get into it. And I was primarily a standard grinder. And Dominaria was a set that shook up the meta because it started bringing in sagas. And it brought in History of Benalia, which was the best White Weenies card ever printed. And I was playing Mono Green Stompy at the time. But the format rotated. We got Shocks in the next set, which was Ravnica. And Lich's Mastery was one of the only cards I pulled out of my packs from Dominaria. Because I couldn't afford that many Dominaria packs. I was still in just coming out of college. And I was really upset because I was like, man, I get this big legendary enchantment and it's worth like $1. No one cares about it. When Blim came out and I went, wait a minute. And I dug into my drawers at my house and dug this thing out that I opened myself on pre-release night. Boy, did I feel good. Oh my gosh. It was a unbelievable feeling to finally put this card to use. And I have a pre-release foil. It was my pre-release foil. So, what else are we gifting with Blim to hurt people? we're going to be gifting Silent Arbiter. No more than one creature can attack each combat, and no more than one creature can block each combat. Sorry, we're not gifting this one. Sorry. What do we do while we're gifting things to people? That's what I meant to say. Silent Arbiter keeps us safe. But now what we are gifting to people is Master of the Feast. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent draws a card. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. Blizzard Blades is going to give Blim double strike, which means that we also get to do the effect twice, which is awesome. We've got lots of things to give to people. We have Alexios, and we have a Slicer that automatically do the fun stuff. And then we have Tergrid as a win con, because Tergrid forces our opponents to discard cards, and then we get to steal them. I have a video of me playing Tergrid, and I think it's still the most viewed Magic short I've ever made. It's like a little over 1 million views. I basically wheeled my opponent's hands turn 1 and stole all their permanents. This was back when Jewel Lotus and Mana Crypt were still legal, if you couldn't tell. God bless those cards. I miss them. But yeah, we have lots of other things. We have Ebon Drake. It says whenever a player plays a spell, you lose a life. Gift that to someone. See how that feels. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff. One of my favorite ones to gift someone is Abyssal Persecutor. You can't win the game, and your opponents can't lose the game. That's evil. No, that's evil. Now, this is a bracket 3 list on a heavy budget. We're at $150. This is a heavy budget bracket 3, meaning this isn't supposed to be super fast paced. Games are probably ending turn 9. So let's give this a little look-see, shall we? We have Lich's Mastery in our opening hand, which immediately makes me excited. We have Sleeper Agent, and we have no red. So let's reset this. Let's go to... Oh, hey, this is pretty good. We have Interaction, something to gift, and good lands. I think this is solid. We can destroy someone's Soul Ring. We can Chaos Warp someone's commander. We can cast Blim, and we can gift Master of the Feast. Love it. All right, turn 1. Mountain. Turn 2. Dragon Skull Summit. Abrade someone's Soul Ring. Haha. Turn 3. Master of the Feast. Turn 4. Blim. Turn 5. We're going to Chaos Warp our friend's commander and laugh at him and call him salty. Then we're going to curse him with opulence. So whenever we attack him, we make a gold token. We're going to attack him, make a gold token, and we're going to gift him Master of the Feast. And then we get to draw a card on his upkeep. Awesome. We'll play Night Whispers. We're going to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. And then we're going to play Treacherous Blessings. It says when it enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. Don't mind if I do. 1, 2, 3. We're going to cast this Talisman of Indulgence. And then we're going to attack our friend, get a gold, and we're going to give him this. And it says, whenever you cast a spell, lose 1 life. And whenever Treacherous Blessings becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. And we will sacrifice it because it is a target of Blim's ability. So we basically got to draw 3 cards and not have to deal with any of the downsides. It was pretty good. We draw a card at the beginning of our friend's upkeep and go to our turn. Play a land. Oh, we have an Imp's Mischief. It allows us to counter a spell that is targeting Blim so we can keep him alive. Love that. And then we have the Cinder Giant. Let's read this to everyone. At the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 2 damage to each other creature you control. Yeah, one of our friends is playing Heir Apparent, and they're about to learn, boy. 5 mana. Attack. Gift them Cinder Giant. Bye-bye. And now they have the Cinder Giant, and all their tokens are dead. We're going to Infernal Grasp their commander because we're evil. And then when someone tries to hit us, we will Imp's Mischief and make sure they can't. We draw a card on our friend's upkeep, and we keep going. Y'all get the theme? So I could definitely make this list for cheaper. So if any of you guys want to bother your friends and are interested in a like value discounted version of this list, I will make it and make a video for you guys, because this deck has been requested multiple times. It's just every time someone's requested it to me, they've given me a wildly different budget. I had one guy who let me proxy it, one guy who asked for bracket 4 with no budget, a guy who asked for bracket 3 with a $1,000 budget, and then this one, which was bracket 3 with a $150 budget. So I just haven't had enough overlap to warrant making a video yet. But so you guys are aware, once I get enough orders for the same commander, that's normally when I make a video. That way people stop ordering it from me, because I feel bad giving someone something I've already made, or I'll just refund them. Just so you know my moral ethics on that. But just thought you guys would like to know. All right, let's go to our last one of the day. Our last deck of the day is for the Pepper Leet. It is a Derevi Imperial Tactician list. Whenever Derevi Imperial Tactician enters the battlefield, or a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may tap or untap a permanent. Now, there's something important we need to talk about with this card with the order that was sent to me. This Derevi list, I was asked to make it a land animation list. Yeah. This list is meant to be very specifically only about making it. Oh, Quintessence. Yeah, I can make it $50. I could do that. I could do a $50 pre-con for sure. For y'all, any day. Any day. That'd be easy. So, I was asked to make a deck all around 2 specific cards. The first card I was asked to make this deck around is not in the list. Where'd it go? Where'd the card go? Excuse me? Hold on. Is Living Plane. It says treat all lands in play as both lands and 1/1 creatures. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. There was another card that they said I had to put in the list that I'm not seeing. I'm worried I cut it during testing and I forgot that they asked for it. Oh my gosh. Is it in the history? Oh, okay, good. There's a full history on what I did. Look how much I did, by the way. It's an artifact. I think I accidentally took it out of here. This is how much testing goes into it, by the way. There's 16 pages of changes I made to this list. I swear it's an artifact. It would be a removal, not an add. Oh my gosh. I might need to message this person and ask him what that card was. It was a Oh, that was for another list. No, we're good. We're good. This list has what they asked for. It's just Living Plane. Right. We're good. So, there's a lot of cards in the game that allow us to reanimate lands. One of my favorites is Kamal Fist of Kroza, because it's also a way to animate your lands and pump your lands. And this deck makes an insane amount of mana, because we have lots of mana dorks, and we have things like Cannon that will make all of our non-land permanents tap for an additional mana, which is awesome. It doesn't double it, but it does make it an additional mana, which is pretty great. Delny also gets to double this trigger. So we'll make 3 mana. Delny is awesome. So Bloom Tender with Derevi out, if we have Kennen and Delny, it will instead make 5 mana. Just a little way to think about it. We have lots of extra land drops, and we have something like Ambush Commander, force to control our 1/1 green elf creatures that are still lands. So I basically put all of the helpful versions of that card that are functional reprints in different ways. in other places, and they are quite great. Also, this Ephemerate is a mythic. Why is Ephemerate a mythic? I just read that. I thought Ephemerate was a... Is Ephemerate not an uncommon? It was a common. Yeah, I was about to say. Huh. Weird. I never even noticed that. Yeah. It went from mythic? It went from common to mythic? Okay. I've officially seen it all. I have officially seen it all. That's funny. Big expensive common. I have so many Ephemerates. Oh my gosh, it's $5 now. I've got at least like 40 of those things sitting around from like opening packs back in the day. That's funny. So, now let's talk about something very important with this list, which is that if we're going to be turning our lands into creatures, one, they can get destroyed. Two, if we're going to swing with them and actually win, we need a lot of land. So we got extra land drops. We're not going to go crazy on things like cultivate because we want to be putting lands in hand, not just on battlefield. So let's look at what a deck like this plays like. As you probably noticed, it barely has any artifacts at all. We way more care about the lands. This hand's gorgeous. This hand is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Oh my gosh. With a crop rotation. Oh my gosh. Can I get... Brother. Esper Sentinel. We'll say what it draws is only one extra card. Cool. We'll put out a... Polluty Duty. I'm going to go get a Tropical Island. And we're going to go grab Arbor Elf. And then we're going to Bountiful Promenade, Crop Rotation, go get a Gaia's Cradle. Sick. Next turn, we're going to Scrublands. Oh, man. That stinks. If we... Oh, my gosh. Wait a minute. Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Gaia's Cradle for 2 mana. Untap. Gaia's Cradle for 2 mana. AC. And then Scrublands draw. And that's with saying that everyone has paid for our Esper Sentinel triggers so far. So let's say we'll get 1 on this next turn, or 2 to make up for the ones that no one did. Oh my gosh. No shot, dude. Alright. 3 for Derevi? Oh my goodness. Oh no, we really want... Yeah, we really want Tatyova out more than we want Derevi right now. This is insane. And then we have Awaken the Woods in our hand to make all the Dryads. No. Derevi's great. We don't want Derevi yet because Derevi will untap Gaia's Cradle for us. Oh my gosh. So we're going to make 3 green, blue-green, Tatyova. City of Brass, we draw a card, gain a life. We untap the Cradle. We tap the Cradle. Not yet. We play the Sea of Clouds first because that's our additional land. Draw 2. Then we play this forest. Draw 2. There we go. Next turn we're gonna get to Flooded Strand, which will be insane. Oh my goodness. We tap for 4 green. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go down to 5 mana. Untap Cradle. Tap for 5 mana. Go up to 10. Awaken the Woods, X equals 8. Make 8 Dryad tokens. Draw 16 cards. I may have made this a little too good. I can't tell if this is just a god hand or not. Because next turn we turn all of our lands into creatures and we win. And that's turn 5. This is supposed to be bracket 3. This is wild. So realistically, we probably would have done X equals 6 instead. And done smaller so we could keep playing stuff. I think this was just a god hand. I think this is just a god hand. Come on. Friendly game of Commander. Right? Right. What's up, Sam? How you doing? Right. Oh my goodness. We'll give it one more tilt-a-whirl, shall we? One little tilt-a-whirl left. See, little temple garden. Elvish Mystic. We're relaxing. Oh, there's a Sol Ring. Okay. Okay, it's got a little less relaxing. Captain Agent. You had to put a trainee through testing at work. Hope the streams are going well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's the first chat, super chat we've had in a while. I really appreciate it. Thanks for supporting. We just finally bought the new camera so we could keep filming for the new videos coming out on the 20th. Thank you so much. And today we're also doing our big giveaway. So thanks for funding that. I think that'll take care of all the shipping costs for my giveaway. If you guys are on the Patreon, we're giving away original Magic comics with an unlimited fireball still in the plastic. We got 5 of these we're giving away to patrons. So if you are a patron, be on the lookout. And if you have ordered a deck from me and are currently a Duke patron, we're also giving away an fully painted, altered Sword of Body and Mind, the altering and painting on it, by Chris Ron. Thank you so much, Captain Agent. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You've been such an amazing supporter of the channel. Winners will be announced by the end of today. I'm going to make sure if someone signed up on the Patreon late that they don't miss out. Ryan, take your time. Decks now, if you submit one today, will be given to you the following month on the same day. So if you submit it on July 15th, you'll get it August 15th. That way I've got time to really design it, really look into it, test it, print it out, and try it for myself. Oh, Ellie and Allen cards. Yeah, they exploded in price. Yeah. Okay. We're grabbing a tropical island here. Captain Agent, again, thank you so much for supporting the channel so much recently. It's very appreciated. What's up, Scott? How you doing? All right, we got 3 mana. It's turn 2. What do we want to do with it? What do we want to do with it? I'm thinking a little Sol Ring action. Little Sol Ring action into a Nissa's Pilgrimage. And then search for up to 2 basics forest cards, reveal them, and put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and 1 into our hand. Go grab us some forests. As a broke boy, good luck, patrons. Is there a sign up on the Patreon for it? Oh, as long as you're in the Patreon, I get a list sent to me from Patreon, and then I match that list with the viewers of my stream, and then wherever there's crossover, that's who I know has a chance at winning. All right, let's get to turn 3 in this totally fair deck that definitely shouldn't win on turn 4 again, because I think that's what happened last game. No, did we win on turn 4 or turn 5 last hand? Let's give this a whirl. Yeah, we'll cast Derevi. We'll tap the Sol Ring, untap the Sol Ring with Derevi. tap the Soul Ring, Elvish Mystic Forest, and then we'll get to play Ambush Commander, which forests you control are 1/1 green elves and still lands. Next turn, we'll tutor Nature's Lore, grab a forest. Awesome. And it just says a forest, not a basic forest. So that means we can go get our duels with it, which we will. We'll go get a Savannah. Yeah, OG duels in bracket 3. Ugh. And then I'm thinking we're gonna probably just Fyndhorn Elves for now, because we have no untappy stuff, and then we're gonna leave up mana to Dovin's Veto somebody, and we're gonna counter whatever shenanigans they're doing on their side of the board. Awesome. Mantower. Now, if we want to, currently, we have an army of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1/1s that can be turned into 4/4s if we sacrifice an elf token, or an elf. Technically speaking, we could actually tap both these elves and the Soul Ring, sack both of these elves, and swing in for 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 51. Wait. Oh, target creature gets +2/+2 till end of turn. Never mind. Oh, thank goodness. I was like, that feels a little broken. I read that wrong. Goodness. But yeah, you could make Derevi very big. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm glad I read that wrong, because that's even cooler. Hold up. Tap all of our lands. This is a silly thing to do. Don't do it. Sack our elves. We could sack a bunch of our elves and then smack in for lethal with Derevi with commander damage. That'd be really funny. I'm just saying, that's hilarious. Yeah, that last one was insane. The War Crime was last hand. It was insane. Oh my goodness. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is my last deck I'm going to be showing today, as I need to get ready for a couple things tonight with my family. Yeah, sorry, turn 5. In Bant, we're committing war crimes. Bant war crimes is wild, by the way. Like, I know a lot of other creators that actively think Bant is the worst color combo. I don't disagree with them. I think I saw John, Maldhound talking about that recently. I get it. But you can still make war crimes happen. You just gotta have that heart in you. But again, if you're a patron and if you've been watching the stream, we are giving away 5 original Magic comments with an unlimited Fireball, original, still in the sealed packaging, and to all $50 patrons, we've got the Sword of Body and Mind, altered and signed by Chris Ron, that we'll be giving away. So make sure to go to the Patreon and sign up. Make sure to order some more decks so I can feed my family. I appreciate it. But for now, thank you to everyone who showed up today. Thank you so much again to our recent big helpers and big sponsors of it. The draw will happen by end of day. Thank you very much to Captain Agent 2000, who's been supporting the channel tremendously. Captain, if you guys don't know it, bought extra decks like crazy to help us buy another camera. Sadly, one of our cameras got destroyed. It was terrible. And it's the main camera we use to film all the videos, so it stunted us. But thankfully, due to a lot of y'all's normal patrons, as well as Captain Agent buying extra decks, we were able to afford another camera replacement in time to get you guys your video by the 20th. So thank you so much, Captain Agent, for doing that. Thank you guys for watching. If you can, please sign up on that Patreon and get extra decks. It really helps us out. And I will be seeing you guys in a video very soon, as well as stream tomorrow. See you guys soon. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I can't wait for videos to start up again. Ah! See you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.